Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about visiting Thailand. So this is for all you people who are looking to visit Thailand soon, things you need to know and some tips. Well, the first thing is it's hot here. It's hot year round. There are certain times of the year that are hotter than others. We'll go over seasons in just a little bit. But just keep in mind that it is extremely hot here and you will need to dress appropriately. So don't pack any sweaters, any coats, because it's going to be hot. Now, on that note about hot, what are the seasons like here? Well, if you're coming in, let's say November, December, January, and maybe the first half of February, it will be the coolest that it will get here in Thailand. Instead of using cool, we'll just say it's less hot at that time of the year. It's probably the prettiest time of year to come here to Thailand, because somewhere right in the end of February, we get into March, April, and May, it's going to be hot, really hot, like ridiculous hot. And also that is the time when we have the smoky season. That's the burning season, where a lot of the farmers burn their crops and all the smoke goes up into the air, and it makes things a little uncomfortable here, to say the least. So if you're ever going to avoid Thailand at a certain time of the year, I would suggest definitely avoiding coming to Thailand in March or April for sure. Now, you also have the rainy time of year, which it kicks into high gear July. The rainiest time of the year is August and September, and right around the first 2 weeks of October, it starts to taper off. And when we say it's the rainy season, we don't mean it rains all day long. That's just the time of year where you can expect rain in the forecast almost every day, not all day, part of the day, but try to avoid that time of year if you're planning to do a lot of things outside, or you plan on going to the beach and you don't want rain to ruin your outdoor plans. Now, one of the things that you might want to see when you're here in Thailand are all the temples. Keep in mind, especially most of all, ladies, that you have to dress appropriately. Your shoulders cannot even be showing. You cannot come in shorts. Now, there are rental places nearby that will rent things to cover up your shoulders and something to go around your waist, kind of like a skirt that you can put on temporarily if you do come to a temple not prepared. So just know that that option is available for you, but just know that there is some dressing requirements if you plan on visiting some of the temples. Now, if you've watched enough videos about coming to Thailand, you probably heard that you can haggle on a lot of the prices. So let's go over when to haggle and when not to haggle. So if the price is clearly marked, I would say you're fine just paying what is clearly marked. It is when it is not clearly marked, then there is some room to haggle, especially if you are in the tourist parts of the city. Definitely you're going to be paying, if you're paying exactly what they're asking, you are going to pay too much. There is no ifs, ands, or buts on this one. So you do have a little room to negotiate, and it doesn't need to be a nasty little endeavor. Just offer them a lower price, what you would like to pay. They can either take it or leave it, but there's no reason to get angry with them. Now, if you're wondering, is tipping a thing here in Thailand? Tipping is optional. A lot of Thais don't tip at restaurants. Just depends. I've talked to some that do, some that don't. It is completely optional, so it is not a big requirement. I know for all of you coming from the US, we're so used to tipping everyone that we think that's the way to go. And if you've been to Mexico, where they promote tipping like crazy, it is not like that in Thailand. So don't feel pressured to have to tip while you are here. Another tip for coming to Thailand is, don't let this shock you, but when you go to restaurants, and let's say there's 4 of you, don't be surprised if your food comes out 1 plate at a time. And yeah, the people with you may have finished their food by the time you get your order. That's just the way things are here in Thailand. So just be mentally prepared for that when you're here. Now, as far as transportation goes, it depends where you're at in Thailand. There's going to be different transportation options for you. But right now we're going to talk about renting a motorcycle. You can do that here in Thailand. They will rent you a motorcycle without asking you if you have a motorcycle license from your home country. However, if you get pulled over, you will need to pay a fine. And you do need to wear helmets. It is the law. Even though you will see lots of Thais not wearing helmets, that is against the law. And you, being a foreigner here in Thailand, riding around without a helmet, are just waiting to be pulled over by a police officer and paying a fine. So don't let that surprise you. And they will check to see if you have a driver's license. If you have a driver's license but not a motorcycle driver's license, you will be fined as well. So just know that ahead of time. If you want to avoid that fine, then you need to get a motorcycle license in the country you're from, an international driver's license for motorcycles, something like that. But it is required here. Just know that's a thing. One thing to keep in mind when you are driving here in Thailand is that it is driving on the left-hand side of the road. And if you're in a car, you drive on the right part of the car. So things are a little bit different. So if you're coming here from the USA, everything's opposite of what you are used to. And be prepared for some crazy driving. It is not going to be what you're used to, more or less. It is like crazy. There are some countries I've been to now, like Vietnam, that drive even crazier. But just know, when you're driving here in Thailand, you're taking your life into your own hands. This is a lot of people die in this country from road accidents. Look it up. It's a dangerous country to drive in. So you may want to take a Grab. That's kind of like an Uber here in Thailand. A Grab or InDrive, something like that while you're here, and let somebody else do the driving for you. Now let's talk about food for a minute. If you've never been to Thailand before, just know ahead of time the food is hot. And almost everything is hot, to be quite honest. So if you're not much into spicy food, I'm going to teach you a few Thai terms here real quick that you need to learn. And that would be my, like M-Y, my, and your pet animal, P-E-T. Just say my pet, which means not spicy in Thai, my pet. So just learn that. And if you want it just a little spicy, you can say pet nit noi, N-I-T-N-O-Y. So pet nit noi. That means a little spicy. And remember, a little spicy to them might be a lot spicy to you. Here's a tip for you. If you do plan on buying a SIM card for your phone when you get to Thailand, do not buy one at the airport. I have an account with a company called AIS, and I know what I pay a month. I don't pay a month, I pay per year. I looked at the airport what the same company that I use charges a tourist for a SIM card for only, hours worth of usage, and it is much as I pay for an entire year. So if you're going to pay for a SIM card, get it anywhere in Thailand other than the airport. Don't feel that you need to buy bug repellent from your home country and bring it here. They sell bug repellent everywhere. It's the Thai version. It works on Thai bugs. You can get it at 7-Eleven. You can get it anywhere. So don't feel like you have to bring some from your country. You never know. It may not work as good because the ones here made in Thailand, again, they're for the Thailand bugs. Now, for a lot of you wanting to come here and getting a massage, because massages are very cheap here in Thailand, just keep this in mind. I've seen a lot of tourists that were just appalled because their coverings for their massage were minuscule, if none at all. That is common in a lot of places here in Thailand. So if you do plan on getting a massage here, you need to know that up front. A big tip for coming here to Thailand is have insurance. Have some sort of insurance when you're here. A lot of people come here without insurance, start drinking, they get on a rental motorcycle, they get in a terrible accident, and the next thing you know, they're in all the Facebook expat forums here in Thailand with a GoFundMe page to pay for them for their medical expenses so they can go back home. Buy travel insurance for your trip here to Thailand. I cannot stress this enough. And another thing about healthcare here in Thailand, it is very good. So don't feel like you come here and one of your concerns might be, well, what if I need some sort of medical attention? This is the place to get it done. The doctors are very knowledgeable. The costs are very low, especially if you're coming here from the US. It's a wonderful health care system here in Thailand, so just know that ahead of time. So what if you're coming here as a digital nomad, or you just want to do some work while you are here online? How is the internet connection? What if you need some electronic gear? What is it like here in Thailand? It's excellent. The internet connections are better than what I had in the USA, to be quite honest. Very fast speeds, so you're not going to have any problem there. Everyone loves their internet service here in Thailand. And as far as technology goes, you can buy all the parts and all the things you need here in Thailand, especially in the malls. They have the malls done by floors. Like I know where I live, on floor 3 are all electronics. So you can go around on the entire 3rd floor here and you can find all the electronics and gadgets and computers that you could ever want here. So you will have no problem with that on your visit here to Thailand. So the last thing I want to go over with you all is safety. Safety comes last here in Thailand. So know that, especially if you're bringing kids, keep a close eye on them. Just because you're at a public park or anything else, don't think that everything has been made for your safety, because again, safety comes last. So be very cognizant of where you're at and your surroundings at all times. Well, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And until next time, Kap Kun Kap.